Hey everybody, Dan here for Argo Comics, where we do not just publish independent comics, we support independent comics. I have our new Indie Monster Haul video with a whole bunch of indie books that I have picked up. I'll ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and please leave a comment. Let me know what indie comics you are picking up. But yeah, doing all that will help in the algorithm to get us a little more on the views. I'm not monetized. I'm not here trying to make a buck off you viewing my video. I just want more attention brought to these great indie comics that I have been picking up. I'll start off with a Kickstarter book, Standard Comics. I should mention, actually, in Kickstarter, I still have late pledging available for my own Gladiator versus Law and Order book. So if you want to, I'll leave the link in the description below. But if you want to check that out on Kickstarter, it's still available with late pledging. I'm going to get the digital out soon. I'll leave that up on late pledging so people who pledge late can still get that digital. And then once the print order is in, I'll have to stop with the late orders. So, as I said, Standard Comics, Sentinels Deluxe number 11. They had been going with like a kind of like an imaginary number, as if the Sentinels was running in the Silver Age, which had numbering in the, I think, 260s or something. But yeah, they switched over to a regular numbering, which I think will help as far as readers being able to keep track. I've always enjoyed the series regardless. I mean, I was always picking it up, so the numbering didn't really throw me off. And we have, see, I usually have just been showing the credits rather than butchering everyone's names. But I do know Roy for quite some time, and Ray McKay as well. Both friends through the net, so I'm happy to see this issue from them. You can see the art, Shane, you see that's why I just show it. Q, and Pencil Things Colors, Letters, Fish Lee. And then there's a backup story, okay, with art, all by Fish Lee except for the flats, Shane Q again. So yeah, Fish is a great artist. He has his own projects as well. Maybe I should pick something a little more super heroic to show you. Oh, that's a nice panel. You can see some super action right there. And again, it's on to number 11. So they're doing a great job. Okay. Guess we have, I think this is probably the villain of the story, Eliminator. We got a handbook page for him. 2 pages of a handbook. Got a pinup. Looks like then we got a handbook for General Steel. I don't know if this is 2 generations or just kind of doubled up on that. And let me see this here. Guessing he's a public domain character, as the Sentinels sometimes plug into public domain characters, and it seems like we got a reprint of an old Commander Steel story. Right? Let me see. Yeah. I was going to make sure that wasn't a mock reprinting of that type of story, but let's see. Looking at that again. Yeah. Yep, that all seems to be a reprint. So, yeah, it's always great to see some of the older stories of some of the public domain characters. Again, Sentinels has kind of utilized some of those characters. So it's been a fun mix of, well, yeah, here's another book from them, Sensational 7, that again had some public domain characters in there. No, there's a list of the characters. So, yeah, I look forward to this read. Sentinels Deluxe number 11. And yeah, I think most of the issues are up on Indie Planet if you want to catch up on that. Yeah, Argo 5, I actually just put out issue 47 on Indie Planet. So I have a link down in the description for that as well. Yeah, and so 47, on my way to issue 50. So I keep chugging along with Argo 5, and yeah, I think story's moving along well. Leo Ghanem still on the art, and Priya Pillai on the colors. Let's see. This is, okay, Silverline, because for many years I've been saying make mine Silverline. Divinity number 1. Get the credits up here. Okay, I was actually a guest on the Silverline YouTube show recently. So on my social media, on Facebook or whatever, there's a link to that show. Bob Kalberg was actually one of the hosts for that show. And you can see here, she wrote this story as well as contributing to the colors and did the inks. So yeah, I've seen her inks on a lot of stuff for years, including some Ultraverse work. She's worked for most of the big companies, but yeah, Silverline always putting out great stuff. Divinity, she's got the power to heal, and everyone wants it. So, and let me just see what that art was again. Pencils. See, R.A. Jones did the scripting. He's very prolific in his output over the years. Pencils, Alex Sarabia. So I could say that, yeah, the art, well, Silverline always, art, colors, letters, you're always going to get a good product from them, and some innovative storytelling. Yeah, just some great clean art, nice colors, the letters are good. And the tagline on that cover has me interested, so I will be giving this a read to see what's up with that. You know, many of their titles I've been, following and picking up, trying to see if there was an ad for the other titles in here, but I don't see that. But yeah, Cat and Mouse being perhaps a flagship title, then they have a team-up book that has like Demon and other characters coming through, and yeah, just a lot of titles that I've been enjoying. The Trumps, which is a play on the card game, or cards rather, cards motif. So, Divinity, #1, Silverline. All right. Still on Kickstarter, we have Juice Man. Okay, and this one, he teams up with the sensational She-Newt. Okay, I think in a previous Monster Haul, I had the She-Newt issue. So they did a crossover where they swapped characters for guest appearances. And yeah, Scott James does the majority of this. And yeah, it's a really great creative team bringing you this book. It's regularly on Kickstarter. When you look at that art colors letters, Scott has done like backup stories in Savage Dragon, and I think his style kind of is in the vein of Eric Larson. Actually, for Argo 5 number 50, we do have a cover from Scott. Kind of like a Juice Man 1 homage for Argo 5. He has a great double page spread. So this says Juice Man and She-Newt, but I'm trying to see actually what number this is. Because the inside indicia says Juice Man 1, which is this is not. So just have to look on the Kickstarter. I'm going to say this might be like issue 6 now? No, it's more than that. Could be issue 8 or 9. Like I said, I have them all, but yeah, just no numbering I see on the cover this time around. So Juice Man, again, primarily on Kickstarter. Let's see. Kickstarter again. Okay, this was 3 books I bought from Starcross, and it's Atrian Justice and the Sword of the Justice Knights. This has 1, 2, 3, all the Kickstarter tchotchkes, and got a source book, and this Sword of Justice Knights one-shot. Ralph Madagrill, and I'm probably saying that wrong, because you know these people online, but you don't really talk to them, and no one tells you how to pronounce their name through typing. let's see. I'd say Madrigal. Okay? And he's a fellow former law enforcement person. So I'd say he probably has some insights into writing this type of character. Let's see the credits here. Okay, so Ralph Madrigal, he's like the one running this here, but familiar names there. Aaron Dowan doing the script. I've seen Joe DeSantos before. Okay, he's the illustrator. Van Claridge, letterer, and Joe Spicer, I believe, is the head honcho on Starcross. So he's providing the credits, graphics. Guess that's that right there. So yeah, we got a new superhero in the form of this Aradine Justice. Okay, the Sword of the Justice Knights. So I don't know. There's a group of Justice Knights, because this is my first foray into the book. Looks like he's created some other characters that look very cool as well in this book. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one. As I said, we have number 1. I have number 2 in this same bag. I'm thinking, well, here's a big ad for a bunch of Starcross books. They have a whole bunch of books. Tin Soldier we had before on our Monster Hole. That's a great book. I think the creators stayed the same, yep, for issue 2. Splash page. Yeah, just really nice work. Let's see. That's 2. Pop 3 out. Let me get this button out, because if I stack the books and the button is in the bag, it might leave an imprint on other books. Let's see. Oh, I didn't take the book out, because I got a bunch of trading cards. And here's a bunch of Starcross characters all together. Issue 3, we got a couple more characters introduced. So I think it's the same creative team again. Oh no, we got, I was going to say that art did look a bit different. There's some crazy name there, so I'm not going to try it. But okay, Ralph is still in the driver's seat on this one. And Nathan Rouse I've seen online a bunch of times as well. The art looks very good. Very, very good. This is, yeah, issue 3. I like that style. Oh, this is, I was going to say, it looks like a Gilbert Monsanto style, and it looks like, yeah, I missed that in the fact that there is a backup by Gilbert, because I didn't see anything about Gilbert in the credits. This has to be him, because I recognize his style. Great stuff. And actually, let's see. Yeah, I didn't see it in the credits, but yeah, it's definitely Gilbert's work. Yeah, and I'm looking at these cover credits. Cover A, Alan Goldman, who I'm a big fan of. Cover B, Mark. Okay, I can't say that one, but let's see. The illustrator of this story is Mark. And this, yeah, it doesn't look like his work. So this should be the Gilbert cover. I don't see the G, his signature on it. And the inks and coloring are different from the normal people that he usually has doing it. But yeah, it does look like his level of detail and style. Very great cover regardless. But yeah, I don't see the G. And as I said, rounding it out here, try to open this up. I mean, this is the unboxing video because I haven't opened these books prior to this. There's a one-shot, Sword of Justice Knights. Spotlight file on 8. Aradine. And this one, written and created by Ralph Madrigal. And we have assistant script, pencils and inks, colors and letters, all by Vince White. Who in my last campaign, he had or 2 campaigns ago, we had a Big Ass Blues cover by Vince. And Vince did this issue. Credits again on the splash page. Vince recently had a jump-in poster on Facebook where very affordably you could jump in and be part of the poster. I was on that poster myself with one of the Big House Blues characters, Dharma, one of the security guards or corrections officers in the Big House Blues supervillain prison I had in that illustration. So yeah, really great art colors letters by Vince. You know, some of you may be acquainted with his Powerverse titles from the past, and he's continuing to do great work, specifically lately for Starcross. couple titles. The Eternal first issue was done by Vince. So, yeah, a couple titles apparently of his have been featured in Starcross comics. Okay, we have this guidebook. Get that out. Okay, we got a Gilbert Monsanto cover for that. I can tell by the style, but there's the signature right there. And now this becomes pretty much a handbook. Just a little different layout than some other ones. Everyone's kind of like a black with stars background, and then the white lettering giving you the lowdown on them. And you got the art credits on the corner of each. Again, another one by Gilbert. He does great character pieces. Anyone familiar with his Arena Facebook group, where a lot of people were getting character pieces done, and yeah, it's always good to have reference guide to the characters. Let's see. And YEET has come out. Okay, now this is not Kickstarter. This is Patreon. So once you subscribe to YEET, they just draw $5 out of you every time they put out a new issue. Issue 67. So it's an anthology. Different people contribute. Got this, The Widow story. Which has the credits right up there. Story Ronald Carell. Art Steve Shipley. Just in the habit of reading these credits, but I really, like I said, I don't want to butcher names. Usually just been showing it to you. But the second story, because I did flip through this before, very impressive. I really liked the art style here. Reminds me a little bit of like Alex Sanchez. That's a really cool looking character there. That panel. Yeah. Really liking that. I didn't see credits. Oh wait, here's the credits. Just kind of hidden a little bit. Because you got that transparent panel that has the credits. Oh, okay, so because I see, is this right? Art Inks, JC Grande. Okay. I'm thinking of a different artist maybe, because that's a different style. And an artist with a similar name. Because I'm thinking of well, there's Carlos Granda, but there's also JC, I'm thinking right, can't recall. But at any rate, we have another story. In the back, sometimes the YEET has color, sometimes it's straight to black and white. John Powers. And one last story. Let me see if there's a credit here. Maxwell Jaeger. Lettering by Jack. And we got a letters column. So that's once again YEET. Now in doing a bunch of Argo Comics and Thunder Zone Kickstarters, I figured this comic book crowdfunding planner might have some good tips for us. Okay, let's see. Okay, so, well, the ComixLaunch podcast, that's where I heard about this. And Tyler James runs ComixLaunch, and he has classes on crowdfunding and puts out books of his own. Comics Tribe was their comic company, which I have backed before with Red 10. C is for Cthulhu is a big title for them. And in this Kickstarter, they had pretty much, like I said, here's a Kickstarter project basics checklist, a pre-launch checklist. So always, again, looking for ways to improve our crowdfunders and our Kickstarters, and figured this would be a good source of information. His podcast is a great source of information, so I backed it, and it comes with like a bookmark thing, so you can kind of strap into whatever page you're up to. So again, I have Gladiator versus Law and Order in late pledging right now. Couldn't put any of this information to use. I think our next Kickstarter is probably going to be 5 new Thunder Zone releases, and I guess I'll try to give this a read prior to that, because we've been putting out some great books with Thunder Zone. We have Mike Deschanet's coming back with another issue of Marshall Strong. We have Jerry Judge Hines coming back with another issue of Supercross. I have some issues in this Kickstarter as well. So to kind of boost us all, hopefully there'll be some helpful tips and tricks in this book. Okay, I picked up this Omada on Kickstarter. Yeah, I really liked the art style here. Super Teams, that's a biggie for me. Always loved the Super Teams. Here are your credits to freeze and read if you so choose. Yeah, so here's a double-page spread. Yeah, I'm liking the character designs. I liked whatever preview art I saw. Read the description. So, all in all, because there's a lot of Kickstarter books, as you know, and I can't back them all. The super teams are a particular favorite of mine, and if it's very well done and priced reasonably, because, you know, once you're at the $20 mark and then you're chucking in $10 on shipping, and, you know, you can't buy multiple books, there's only one book, and you're at a $30 comic. That is maybe where I might step aside. So, but overall, like I said, this book really looking good. That interaction's giving me a little like Just League International Kevin Maguire vibe. So yeah, I'm definitely happy to have gotten in on this book, The Armada. I had a bunch of covers. I was kind of deciding between a couple, but that was ultimately the way to go. This was, I believe, a general release. The Super Australians, Super Humanity, Volume 1. So I believe it's just all, is it, Australian creators? And Four Horse Femmes, one of my favorite titles, comes out from Australia. Let's see. It's pretty much an anthology. Or it's a collection of a bunch of issues that were each anthologies. So it's a lot of creators. I don't think you're gonna. You could see them all there. And, you know, kind of like a universe of superheroes from Australia, but and flipping through it, it's probably not all superheroes, because you got some kind of like animation type characters in here. I do have some superheroics. You know, a general release, so the pricing allows you to take a chance on a cover and a blurb, and sometimes some additional net research. Seems like a genie character, looks very cool. Let's see, is this IPI Comics? Not sure. I think they have a series of these books. So this is volume 1, but for some reason I thought there might have been another volume, at least solicited. Image Comics, Rockefellers. I guess they play on the Rockefellers. Way back, when I was corporate trainer in Manhattan, we had one of the Rockefellers coming in. So this is the Rockefellers. So I guess it's like the Rockefellers going into space. I just know that the art looks great. Really enjoyed the look of it. Let's see if there's a credits here. There we go. Yeah, Francis Manipul doing the art. You know, Peter J. Tomasi has had a number of hits. So overall, it looked like something I would be interested in. But I really don't have enough information to really give you beyond that. Sometimes, if I really like the art, I say, okay, at least I have a good art book, even if I have nothing else. Copra, Death of Copra, round 8. So another Image comic. It's kind of a wrap cover, but the collection, so I'm not going to be able to break the spine and show you the full wrap. But yeah, Copra is a bit of a homage. Like this guy is obviously like Shade the Changing Man. He was heavily influenced by the 70s John Ostrander Suicide Squad. And definitely a unique art style. I first came across a book in this Bergen Street Comics, which was in Brooklyn, which was the original publisher of Copra. So I guess a comic store sponsored the book at first, and eventually got picked up by Image. And I have all the collections of this. But I need to catch up because when I was moving, that's when everything got disorganized. And whatever trade I was up to at that point got lost in the shuffle. Once I organize, I'll be able to get that out and catch up. Okay. Now here's another Kickstarter book as a tribute to one of my favorite indie titles. They put out this Elementals Public Domain. Okay, so it's a Bill Willingham cover, I think, from a Amazing Heroes issue, I believe that was first appeared on. And we just have, oh, here's Michael Fitzgerald Troy. Okay, put this together with mainly a lot of tribute art to the Elementals. And there are some articles in here as well. Okay, to the letterer, Bob Panaha. So yeah, you have some, here's a Mike Gustovich, who people will recall Elementals debuted in Mike's Justice Machine. I was flipping through it, I saw this looks interesting, as these pages done unpublished, or these are just productions from an issue. I'm not sure at this point. I have to really take a better look. I mean, again, it's a bunch of tribute pieces of varying styles. Yeah, Elementals had their version of Thor. So here's a little look at that. Mike Leake was doing the art at that point, which he's a fantastic artist. Willingham started it with writing and art. Leake took over the art at some point, and he was doing some fantastic work. And Arctic Press has been done. Had a piece in here. And I think, speaking of Copra, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Michelle Fife of Copra did an Elementals piece as well. This one right there. So this was on Kickstarter. I'm thinking might be able to contact Michael on social media if you want a copy. We have Macabre. Okay, I think this was actually Amazon. I saw Alan Weiss, saw Michael T. Gilbert, Hilary Barta, Craig Yeo has written a number of books on public domain characters. So all in all, I saw some great names here, and I decided to jump in. And this is an anthology of horror-type stories, but a highlight for me being a new Mr. Monster story. So that really sold me right there. Art? Can't say that one. Jim Wiz. Guess that's his nickname because no one can say that. But yeah. Again, variety of style. But yeah, definitely has some coloring. Definitely something pretty cool to look into. To Monica. Okay. And lastly, this was on Zoop. I heard about this. I hadn't used Zoop before. And it was delayed, so I wasn't sure when they was going to come out. But then I got a shipping notification, and then it arrived. The Stardust, the Super Wizard. Okay. People who have read my own Nature Man series know that I really like this character. It's a public domain character who I liked so much that he was in the Nature Man series. So this is a hardcover, so it's going to be a little tougher to show you anything, but just a variety of styles giving us new Stardust, the Super Wizard stories. And I flipped through it, really high quality. Everyone involved did a great job. And he's a really wacky character created by Fletcher Hanks. I read all the old stories in educating myself for, I bought it like actually it's tough to get a reprint copy. Usually even public domain stories, when they reprint them, somehow end up being pretty expensive usually. And you think it's the opposite because the publisher isn't putting anything into new art or colors. I actually have some public domain stuff, probably for the Nature Man trade, that I had recolored, so money was put into it. But I'm saying if you're just, reprinting the old stuff, then why the price is so high, unless you're scanning from originals, which are costly. But as I said, this really had some fun imaginative stuff. Here we have a, guess if Stardust that had a cat. Fletcher Hanks did some crazy stories, a lot of which are referenced in these stories here. I referenced some of his stuff and came up with my own explanation as to the wackiness of the Stardust stories. Here's another popular creation of his, Phantoma. All right, so again, Stardust, the Super Wizard Anthology, perhaps a web search on that will lead you to a place where you're able to pick it up. I think the Zoop shut down, being that the campaign was over, but maybe there are copies to be had elsewhere. So that'll do it for this Indie Monster haul. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, leave a comment. Are you an indie publisher? What do you got coming out? Put it down in the comments. Let us all know. Did you pick up any of these books? Why did you pick them up? And that'll do it for this one. We'll see you on the next one.